Question number 1 is, which component of the operating system architecture is responsible for managing the communication between hardware and software? The options are kernel, device drivers, shell, file system. The correct option is device drivers. Question number 2 is, what is the primary role of the kernel in the operating system architecture? The options are manage user interface, allocate system resources, execute application programs, provide file management services. The correct option is allocate system resources. Question number 3 is, which layer of the operating system architecture provides a user-friendly interface for interacting with the system? The options are kernel, shell, device drivers, file system. The correct option is shell. Question number 4 is, in a multi-layered operating system architecture, which layer is closest to the hardware? The options are application layer, kernel layer, user interface layer, device driver layer. The correct option is kernel layer. Question number 5 is, what is the purpose of the device driver layer in the operating system architecture? The options are manage system resources, execute application programs, provide a user interface, control hardware devices. The correct option is control hardware devices. Question number 6 is, which component of the operating system architecture is responsible for managing files and directories? The options are kernel, shell, file system, device drivers. The correct option is file system. Question number 7 is, which layer of the operating system architecture interacts directly with the user? The options are kernel layer, device driver layer, application layer, file system layer. The correct option is application layer. Question number 8 is, what is the primary function of the layer in the operating system architecture? The options are provide user interfaces, manage hardware resources, execute application programs, control file operations. The correct option is manage hardware resources. Question number 9 is, in a client-server operating system architecture, what role does the server play? The options are manages user interfaces, provides resources and services, executes application programs, controls hardware devices. The correct option is provides resource and services. Question number 10 is, which component of the operating system architecture handles memory management? The options are kernel, shell, device drivers, file system. The correct option is kernel. Question number 11 is, what is the primary function of the shell in the operating system architecture? The options are manage hardware resources, control file operations, provide a user interface, execute application programs. The correct option is provide a user interface. Question number 12 is, which layer of the operating system architecture is responsible for managing input and output operations? The options are kernel layer, device driver layer, file system layer, user interface layer. The correct option is device driver layer. Question number 13 is, in a microkernel based operating system architecture, which components are moved out of the kernel into user space? The options are device drivers, file system, memory management, all of the above. The correct option is all of the above. It means device drivers, file system, and memory management. Question number 14 is, which layer of the operating system architecture is responsible for providing security mechanisms? The options are kernel layer, user interface layer, application layer, file system layer. The correct option is kernel layer. Question number 15 is, what is the role of the application layer in the operating system architecture? The options are manage hardware resources, control file operations, execute user programs, provide device drivers. The correct option is execute user programs. Question number 16 is, in a monolithic operating system architecture where are all the operating system services implemented, the options are kernel layer, device driver layer, user interface layer, application layer. The correct option is kernel layer. Question number 17 is, which layer of the operating system architecture handles process management? The options are kernel layer, device driver layer, user interface layer, application layer. The correct option is kernel layer. Question number 18 is, what is the purpose of the file system layer in the operating system architecture? The options are manage hardware resources, control input-output operations, provide user interfaces, organize and store data. The correct option is organize and store data. Question number 19 is, in a distributed operating system architecture, what role does the network layer play? The options are manages hardware resources, handles communication between nodes, controls file operations, provides user interfaces. The correct option is handles communication between nodes. Question number 20 is, which layer of the operating system architecture is responsible for managing system calls? The options are kernel layer, device driver layer, user interface layer, application layer. The correct option is kernel layer. For more videos, please subscribe and like my channel.